What's up guys? With the class changes now in play in 2042, it has shaken things up a lot. All these changes have been made with team play in mind, so you can sink into the role you like to play and how to best help your team. You can skip to timestamps if you want to hear something specific, but I do recommend watching the video as all the information will be relevant to the overall class setup. Assault class is probably going to be the most popular and easy to pick up. You're going to be the most aggressive player out on the field at all times pretty much. But if you do play in a squad, it's going to help you stay alive, and you will get more out of your assault class if you stay with someone like a support player. I highly recommend getting into a squad with your friends or joining a Discord, as it will help you with better squad play, better team play, and a better all battlefield environment. The game feels a lot less like a large-scale COD and a lot more like a battlefield now, so playing in a team or a good squad is actually going to benefit you quite a bit. Specialists in the assault class are going to come with an extra gadget. They'll always have access to the one-use med pen, which can be replenished from the med box. Change allows you to have instant access to heal and something else you might like to have always used, the options being the smoke launcher, IBA armor plate, C5 and M18 claymore. As for throwables, you have access to the frag, smoke, concussion, incendiary and throwing knives. With this change also came weapon proficiency. For the assault class, it is going to be 3 extra mags. With this change in mind, support class you might want to run in your squad actually matters a little more. Angels ammo replenish may be less useful, but if they're running a med box and smokes, you'll get more revives, you'll get your health back to full, and they'll be able to replenish your med pens with a med box, all at the same time. So it's something to consider while discussing with your squad mates as you're playing. The best weapons to run for assault is going to be a little bit more up in the air now, because you really want to be running ARs. There's 9 ARs in the game, and with the changes to ADS speeds being a lot slower with the extended mags and drum mags, it brings all the portal weapons up a little bit to the all-out warfare level of weapons, but they don't have any of the attachments to the all-out warfare weapons. So the all-out warfare weapons are still going to be better. The M5A3, AM40, AK24, SFAR and AC42 all being the top 5 better ARs you can use, but the portal ones are far more viable now with the change. So for the M5, I'll definitely be running a short sight because it's going to help you ADS quicker, as well as the close combat rounds. Extended magazine is going to make you ADS a little bit slower, but the high-powered magazine actually has quite a quick ADS speed because it's quite a small magazine. But you might want to change that for standard issue if you like standard issue. So there's that option there. For close combat, you've got the close combat rounds, and your best options are going to be either a laser or the BCG light grip, because this allows you to ADS a lot quicker. And the 3 best options you're going to have for the M5 is the champion muzzle brake, but the shortened barrel is really good with the close combat rounds because it allows you to have a much faster fire rate, making the time to kill very, very quick. So the M5 is still a very viable gun and very, very good. The AM40 is another great close combat option. Using the Fusion Hollows, probably the best option with this gun. And you have now the drum mag's no good anymore. It's either going to be high power extended or the regular magazine. Regular magazine allows for the quickest ADS time. The BCG light grip also makes the ADS time quicker. But if you like really close quarters, you might consider a laser. These are probably the 2. And then the other one I always consider is the LWG grip for people who like to be on the move a lot. If you're a really crouch spammy player, LWG grip is going to be probably your best option. And then you got champion muzzle brake is probably the best, and then rep suppressor. And if you're struggling with horizontal recoil, Arcom is a very underrated muzzle brake, so I would consider that, especially for some of the other weapons. AK24, whatever sight you prefer. I think this is the next 3 guns are more mid-range guns. I often will use this hybrid sight because I like to have a 3x and a red dot, but I'll use the UH1 most of the time. I've got the extended standard issue there, but there's also the high-powered rounds there. Or if you want the fastest ADS time, you just use the 30-round magazine. It's going to make it feel a little like a portal weapon, but it'll still have better attachments. BCG light grip. I use a 40mm HE for as a something extra sometimes. I don't think this gun is good with a laser really at all. And then LWG grip. Then you've got your Arcom Tactical Muzzle Brake, which I actually use as a standard on this one, or Champion Muzzle Brake. I swap between these every now and again, but the Arcom has seemed to be performing better for me, and then Wrap Suppressor for flanking and all that other business. The SFAR is definitely going to need the Arcom Tactical Muzzle Brake because it has the most horizontal recoil out of all of the ARs. I think the high-powered or regular standard issue mags are going to be the best option now. Maybe standard issue is the better option because you get 30 rounds and it still kills quite quick. HE, Incendiary, and Smoke are the 3 options I run here, but I mostly use HE. And then whatever sight you like. This gun with the Arcom is really good with a smaller sight. If you're going to use a 3 times or more, use the Champion Muzzle Brake because it will bring that vertical recoil down a bit, and then Wrap Suppressor as usual. Don't lose any damage. And the AC-42, the absolute no recoil gun. You probably should just use the regular mag for this one because it's so ammo efficient that 30 rounds is very good as long as you're hitting your shots. Any of these are quite viable because there's practically no recoil. And I like to use the Wrap Suppressor because you don't really lose much range, you don't really lose much of anything. And then I run a 40mm HE just for something extra, like an extra like failsafe. If you run out of ammo, you pop out the HE, boom, someone's dead. And then BCG light grips the second backup and the LWG. They're my favorite options for the ARs, and they seem to be the most effective. As you can see, they're the most of the ones that I've got to tier 1. So yeah, they're going to be the best. And then we'll talk about gadgets. You got your C5 for Sundance and McKay because they're going to be the best at getting close to vehicles. As she's got the wingsuit and he's got the grapple hook, you can just grapple onto a vehicle and jump down. And for Dozer and Zane, there's no reason not to run the armor plate overall. Smoke is really only going to be for someone who just can't give up the grenade spot for smokes. But smokes are great for pushing, frags good for being aggressive. And then the other ones are just like whatever you're feeling. Concussion is going to be more of a dozer play if you want to bonk people. Incendiary is going to be more of a breakthrough thing to block corridors, and throwing knife for a bit of fun. And then your sidearms. G57 is the best one in the game, so I just run the G57. But the next best ones are Magnum for headshots is great. NVK is like a mini G57, and MP28 has got really high damage, so a couple of hits will kill a player. Everything else is negligible. I think the P51 sucks, the M1911 sucks, and these two are okay. So that's how I'd be running my assault class. Don't forget that the med pen does like heal you a lot quicker now, but you only get one, so you can't really spam it the same way you used to. And yeah, that's another reason why I said running with a support player in your squad is going to be really helpful. Someone who's running a med box, particularly Angel, is going to be really good because he's got access to a lot of everything and the supply drop. If you want armor plates, you want someone with an ammo box, particularly Folk. If you want someone who wants to, who's going to give you back med pens, Angel can drop the med box and give you more med pens. So it really depends on what you're playing with, but they're the two options that you want to stay close to someone like that. They'll pick you up, they'll replenish the things you want to use. So those are the options. In summary, all these specialists will be best used in a close to mid-range fights depending on your build. In my mind, these seem like they're going to be the most used and most effective builds for the assault class. With the changes, none of these are hard and fast rules, but suggestions on how to get the most out of your class going forward. You should be trying to play to your strengths, and don't forget to be a team player. Let me know what you think of the class changes. Did I get it right or did I get it wrong? Let me know in the comments below. If the video helped you at all, leave a comment below. Please sub to help grow my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.